What's up, weekend warriors? Just got off a holiday Zoom with some coworkers, and I guess Christmas is coming right around the corner for us. It doesn't seem that way, but it's here. So get some presents under the tree, but more importantly, set your fantasy football lineups because it's our favorite time of the year. We have made it to the playoffs. Second consecutive year, the commissioners watching from the sidelines, not happy about it. I had a strong showing in the second half of the year, but wasn't enough to cut the mustard. More importantly, though, talking about strong finishes, the Turnersville Sportsbook started off very poorly. I'm happy to announce, let's just actually verify that. Week 10, after week 10, we were 24 and 26. Since then, we've gone 4-1, 3-2, 5-0, and 3-1-1 to take us to 39, 30, and 1. So got my stuff together and, really came through with some good predictions in the second half of the year. Kevin and Pearson were the high score split last week. Isn't that fitting after both of them said how much they were going to wipe the floor with one another? They tied. Pretty funny. But that, unfortunately, prevents us from having a revenge game this week with those two. Maybe they'll meet in the finals. Maybe they won't. And some of you may have just watched the video where I interviewed Pearson right after work today, and he had some good things to say, very diplomatic. I think he's learned that you come on the pod, you might say some stupid stuff, it can burn you. So diplomatic Pearson, politician Pearson, we got him on today, and he's long overdue. And, he's a competitor in the league here, and he's back in the finals. But before I say finals, back in the playoffs, in the semifinals, trying to get into the finals. But before we talk about him, let's meet the competitors, and like to give everybody their due. So the fourth seed coming into the playoffs right now is my dad, my Zach Ertz. I'm going to fant. Funny because I don't think he still has Zach Ertz. If he does, you should probably cut him, Dad. And he definitely doesn't have Noah Fant. So my dad started off the season with a horrible loss to me. Ben Roethlisberger on the last possible pass attempt of the game threw a touchdown pass and was able to allow me to beat my dad. He was very downtrodden. He since went on to go 0-2, so lost his next game. Went 1-3, and then at one point he was 2-5, left for dead. 7 in a row, a streak that is still continuing today. Fourth most in points for in the league, an impressive number, but he does have the least points against. So he has really benefited from a strength of schedule in his favor, at least the second half of the season. He also has 0 career championships. So a true underdog story, the fourth seed, a 2-5 team that is now in the playoffs playing the number 1 seed. Dean, we wish you luck. From the Hardings, Jake and I, we hope you can beat Pearson and advance into the finals. But Dad, good season so far. Let's see if you can keep it rolling. 2 big key players tonight. We'll get into your matchup pretty soon. Otley, a repeat playoff customer. Now, Pearson had some choice words for Otley in the beginning of the year. I think that he's a 3-time champion, but he hasn't been in the playoffs or even sniffed the playoffs lately. Ott says, Pearson, thank you very much. I'm here. I bleed blood. It's red. He's here. And he started off 1-3, yelling at the commish. My schedule, points against, I can't get a break. Finishes after starting 1-3, 8-2 to round out the season. The third seed beat Terry out, just like my dad did, and third most points scored on the year, fourth most points against. So that schedule kind of leveled off in the second half. And of course, we mentioned he's a three-time champion, looking for his fourth title in the Turnersville Weekend Warriors League. So Otley, welcome to the dance, brother. Find a partner. Moving on, his partner that he found is Kevin. Kevin, kind of a different story. Had a hot start. Started off 6-0. Then went on to win 3 games, lose 4 games, and tie 1 game. He's a 2-time champion. This year, he's 7th in points for, which is funny because he had 3.5 high scores. Can you do the math? He's a little streaky. And he's got the second least points against, so he benefited from a nice schedule. So, Kev, a lot of people, he was the favorite to fall out of the playoffs. I kept saying, guys, got a lot of wins. All he has to do is win a couple here down the stretch. He was able to do that. His team's getting healthier. Kev, welcome to the dance. And, of course, that leaves Pearson, 11-2-1, a model of consistency all year. Second in points fourth least points again, so a middle-of-the-road schedule, maybe a little bit on the easy side. But his only losses on the year were to Kevin and Terry, and, of course, a tie with Kevin. He's a one-time champion. He's won one time in the past. Always a competitor, knows his stuff. Proved that by answering my 2 trivia questions. Still doesn't know the capital of Argentina. You'd think he'd look it up by now, but hey, that's where we're at. So 4 teams in the playoffs, and, getting into the matchups, we're going to have some fun with it here. Really is tight, I got to say. I mean, Pearson's team has been the best all year, but as we've mentioned, he doesn't blow teams out. He's not scoring 150, 160. He said it himself. Dean's going to have to score about 130 to have a chance to beat me. That may be enough. But this week, his team, Murray's taken a little bit of a step back. Maybe he's a little injured. Maybe he's not running as much. I have him in my other league. We need big week from him this week. Playing the Eagles should do okay. Kamara's taken a step back too since Taysom Hill has been the quarterback. And he will remain the quarterback this week, so we'll see there. We interrupt this commercial program for a sip of beer. So Chris Carson's been really good for Pearson. 17th running back on the year. He's missed some games. Got a tough matchup with Washington. The guy to watch out for, 2 guys really, Davante Adams, beast. Allen Robinson, much better with Mitch Trubisky back. And then he's got Robbie Anderson. Now, my dad and Pearson swapped Robbie Anderson and Ronald Jones. Pearson benefiting from some luck any way you want to cut it. Rojo's been coming on, been the lead back. He's got a broken pinky, and he's got COVID. Definitely helps Pearson. Pearson would have been kicking himself if Dean had Rojo in his lineup and was able to get some good points from him. He's not ruled out as of this recording. I don't think he's going to play. I have him in another league. I don't think he's going to play. So, look, Hunter Henry's been rolling with all year. He told you what he said about Antonio Brown. I'm not going to go any further. He's got Young Hoku or Young Wei Ku, whatever you want to call him, for show. Pearson projected 132 points. Dean has a little bit of a tougher lineup to set. Keenan Allen on a rep count tonight. Has him in his lineup. Cole Beasley currently in his lineup. Devontae Parker, very questionable. Brandon Cooks, very questionable. Leonard Fournette, he has him in his lineup for Rojo right now. Eric Ebron, with Gesicki being hurt, Dean cut him. Wayne Gallman, another guy who's been kind of good, didn't have a good week last week, and then, of course, he has Patrick Mahomes. Dean is a true underdog here. I believe that wholeheartedly. I think he has a chance to win. If Keenan Allen comes out tonight, plays decoy, and gets 5 points, Dean's going to have a very hard time winning. If he comes out and he catches 9 balls for 90 yards and a touchdown, and Jacobs finds pay dirt, he will put the sweat on Pearson. I've been picking smarter lately. I'm 39-30-1. Dean's a big reason why I have a good record. I've been picking him to win. I'm rooting for Dean. I will say it openly. I'm taking Pearson in this matchup. I think it's the logical thing to do. I think you will advance to the finals. Dean, I wish you luck. Pearson, I wish you luck. Let's see who wins. I got Pearson. Moving on to the other matchup, Millville football team and Kevin. Pearson was talking about, Ott's team's just got too much power. Kev's team, healthy, but I don't know if healthy enough. Miles Sanders hasn't been good. He just runs for 80-yard touchdowns, or he's not good. Mike Davis in for Kevin with McCaffrey out, but the wide receivers, and Pearson mentioned this, Hopkins against the Eagles. I don't even know if Slay's going to play. He hasn't been great. Ayuk has been a lot better. Now Debo's out. They're playing Dallas. Diggs leads the league in reception. He's got good wide receivers. He's got Derek Carr in his lineup tonight. He's hoping for big things. Last week, he started the wrong quarterback. This week, hopefully, he starts the right one. Flipping over to Ott. He's got some questionable players, too. Mostert, I have him in another league. I desperately need him to play. He has a great matchup. James Robinson, been good all year. Watson, great player. Tough matchup against the Colts. Tyreek Hill, matchup proof. Number 1 wide receiver in fantasy for the season. Travis Kelce leads the league in receiving yards. And he's got guys like Ezekiel Elliott and Jarvis Landry and even Juju Smith-Schuster who can put up 5 points, or those guys can get 15, 16.
Kev surprises people. When they count him out, he shows that he can come back and win. Pearson counted him out. You wanted to play him again this week. He's 0-1 against him on the year. Why do you want to keep playing him? He's your father. You're a 7-foot son. He's a 5-foot father, according to Pearson. That being said, I'm going with Otley. I think he has a better team. I think the Magic almost ran out for Kevin before he reached the playoffs. I think the Magic may run out for him in this matchup. I'm predicting Otley and Pearson in the finals, which will definitely be a good one if that happens. But ESPN gives Kev a 40% chance. ESPN gives Dean a 46% chance. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a fun one. Really appreciate all the fun we had this year. Zach's been written the Riot Act. He came in last. He'll have to do some fun things for us. Dance like a chicken. He gets his team name for him. Brett's going to dress up like a holiday ghost and drop coal in his stocking. So appreciate it, guys. Really fun league. And look forward to seeing who's in the finals. Wish me luck. I'm in 2 playoff matchups this week. Go Josh Jacobs. Let's go. Commish out.